Celebrities. Not too many things annoy me more than when a celebrity decides to open their mouth. Unless it's a deep fake. This deplorable culture of fame can sometimes foster grandiosity, which is where a celebrity begins to overestimate their own value, and they tend to lose touch with reality. We see this all the time, most importantly, or more often so, whenever they give their political opinions. You know, the top 1% of the top 1% consistently telling us how we should be living our lives, who we should be voting for, coming from the same people who get interns to get them their coffee and change their diapers. Now, I didn't want to make this video to discuss politics. I actually wanted to focus on something a little bit more intriguing, their insecurities. Mostly focusing on one shit subculture and a notion of needy attention gremlins. I like to call this subculture the Ozempic Olympics. Ozempic, or GLP-1, is a hormone that your body naturally produces after you're finished eating. Its main job is to help regulate blood sugar and appetite by making you feel more full, which is where the weight loss comes in. Simple. So why are celebrities just jumping on this so quick? Because they're all drug addicts. Well, it's because with a loss of appetite comes a loss of weight, which is great and sounds awesome until you realize that your muscle and your bones also have weight to them.
I just left the doctor's office. I went to get a checkup because I've been off of Ozempic for 2 months now, and I just wanted to see if my body was in better condition, if there were any permanent damages. I guess Ozempic can cause bone density loss, and I didn't think that that would happen to me because I was only on it for a year. But I have significant bone loss. I have osteoporosis and osteopenia, something, I don't know, there's like several of them that I have. I
don't know who this woman is, but as she and the Daily Mail's captions that they have provided for us for me to steal today are discussing, this lady has been on Ozempic for a year now, and she is now suffering from osteoporosis. Now, for those of you who don't know what osteoporosis is, you missed out on a great era of YouTube. In layman's terms, it's a medical condition where your bones become incredibly fragile. It's a pretty scary medical condition to be affected by, all because you didn't want that extra 16 pounds just so you could fit your gross, flabbery dump truck into a 60-year-old dress. Now, as unfortunate as this Avery girl situation is, she's not the only one who is abusing this drug. There are a lot of celebrities in Hollywood who are using it. Like your Hollywood elites. You guys have all the money on the planet to afford any trainer you want to help with your exercise, any chef on the planet to help with your diet and keep you focused. Guess that's what dietitians are for. And any therapist to help with your insecurity issues. Like, they have so many luxuries. If they just pulled their heads out of their asses and took a look at us, then they would realize really how fucking simple it is to take care of themselves. Like, these people are so far away from any real world problems that they decide to hop onto a new drug, all to help them lose a measly 16 pounds. Well, the rest of us here are just stuck with swatting beehives and hoping that you don't trip. They only care about appearances, no drive to improve their character, no need to be healthy when you can just purchase health in a syringe for $1,000 for 1 month of dosage. $1,000 a month. That's my monthly rent price. That's what I pay to survive, is what you pay to thrive in an industry that's deprived of talent, skills, and fries. Like, they're so insecure about themselves that they're willing to pay the pharmaceutical companies $1,000 a month just to starve themselves. Like, just think about that for a sec. Something so effortless and easy, something that all teenage girls learn how to do at one point in their lives, the pharmaceutical industry is selling for $1,000 a month. And people are paying for it. You could achieve the same result hiring a Mexican with a cattle prod. And I guarantee you that won't cost anywhere near $1,000. Like, if I ever get to this point where I'm so terrified of a single pasta noodle, promise me you'll take me out back and just tell the cops I have rabies. And if they don't believe that, then just tell them I have AIDS. What's great about this drug is that it's very telling. You can just look at them and see which of them are and are not on this drug. Some of them actually just flat out lie and say that they don't take any of it. But we know. You can tell just by looking right at them. So I have some images here we should take a look at, shall we? Ooh, yeah. Hey. Like, You all make Michael Jackson look like he belongs on the cover of Men's Fitness. I've seen shell-shocked soldiers return from war with more spark in their eyes. Did Gollum recommend you this drug? Hey guys, the role for Nosferatu is finished. The movie's been out for over a year now. Is there a Make-A-Wish movie in production I'm unaware of? Did you learn your skincare routine from a Wendigo? Sharon Osbourne, who you wearing tonight? Oh, that's just my skin. Do you ever think they get their skin caught in the door plate like we do our belts? Someone needs to tell them that it's pronounced Occam's razor. Last time I saw that many wrinkles, a black man was leaving office. They say black don't crack, but with a wife like Michelle, I just don't know how possible that is. A Jew, a baby, and a drug addict walk into a bar. These celebrities should just look at Japan's weight loss regimen. The Japanese had it right, man. They start and they end with 21 grams. Not gonna lie, every time a new miracle drug comes out, especially one that helps you with losing weight, you should have like a little BS radar that should be flying off the charts. Especially when it's one that's being promoted as much as this one is. A miracle medication that hasn't been out long enough to view the long-term side effects can help me lose weight? What? Inject that into my baby, right now! Yeah, Ozempic activates gut hormone receptor that slows your stomach emptying, which can lead to digestion problems, which can lead to you shitting your pants. Where have I seen this? Somewhere. Your intestines absorb water when food passes through your gut. This is what makes your stool solid. With Ozempic, this screws with your body's natural timing, which is required to process food. Your gut doesn't absorb enough water as food passes through? You get Indian Niagara Falls. Guess I could just say, you get India. Remember what I said in the beginning about them having their diapers changed? That wasn't me being funny. Were you ever funny?
People have genetically different degrees of food drive. How much they like food, how much they like to look at it, how much they like to smell.
I'm not an alcoholic. I just have a different genetic degree of beer drive. And you know I love doing both of those.
Nowadays, the modern weight loss drugs like semaglutide and tirzepatide, there's known as Ozempic and Wegovy and Zepbound and all that stuff, they can take your food drive and turn dial it as low as you like. So they are safe, they are healthy, and you're probably better off taking them in most cases if you have trouble with obesity than not taking them.
Pumping your body with an excess amount of hormones that it already produces totally won't fuck with your body's natural function. Fuck this veiny, bald, sentient nutsack. Don't take health advice from steroid junkies, kids.
And their body weight almost always follows.
You know what else follows? According to a metabolic scientist, Dr. Benjamin Bickman, every 6 pounds of fat lost means you lose around 4 pounds of lean, fat-free mass. That's 40%. That is a lot, considering that the alternative is just putting down the fucking donut. For those of you who will want to gain your lean muscle mass back will find greater difficulty in doing so. The fat cells, however, will just start coming back in tandem. Now, in the interview where I listened to this doctor speak, not a meathead, the interviewer did bring up how there is no direct link between the use of Ozempic and bone loss, but more so just the fact that when you stop eating, you stop getting nutrients, you also stop having the ability to exercise, so that's where the bone loss comes in. No shit. Yeah, your body needs nutrients to survive, in the food that you are now depriving your body of, which is necessary for your body's function. You know, there's a reason your stomach hurts when you're hungry. Your brain is a computer, and it's consistently running diagnostics on you, trying to figure out what the problems are. So when you're hungry, just eat. For you Americans, there is this thing called portion control. Although I do respect the freedom to be able to eat whatever you want and whatever mass amounts you want. Africa ain't got shit on that.
And you're probably better off taking them in most cases if you have trouble with obesity than not taking them.
You're probably better off not listening to Tommy Pickle's mutated tumor here.